watching News 12 live at 5 continues.
A local dog is recovering after being bitten by not one, but 2 rattlesnakes. The owner says her best friend is lucky to be alive.
And with this warm weather, more and more of us will be taking time to be outdoors, especially with our pets.
And it is important to watch out for snakes for the sake of ourselves and our pets. Our Sydney Hood joins us live from the newsroom to introduce us to Toby the Pit Bull and what we can learn from this close encounter.
And like any dog, Toby was in the woods messing around when he saw 2 rattlesnakes in an area his owners walk daily. He then grabs one snake by the mouth and begins slinging it in the air. It wasn't long before both snakes bit him on the mouth. Now, there's a medicine to treat snake bites, anti-venom, but it has limited availability in our area, and you'll want to make sure to call your vet ahead of time if you're ever in this situation. And as snake season continues and we see more in our yards, Toby's story serves as a message to watch your step.
This dog is but what came to us for a purpose. Was it just to save us from a rattlesnake? I don't know. But I know for a fact that this dog has a purpose on this earth.
And coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, the frightening moments after Toby's accident and how he's managed to recover.
All right, thanks, Sydney. We're so glad Toby is okay. His story shared on social media. It is so important to watch your step when you're out and about with your pets, and a good idea to know where to take your pet in an emergency like that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's important to know which of these clinics have the anti-venom to be able to support this kind of snake bite as well. Taking pictures when this happens is so important too, so those vets can help identify what kind of snake it is.
Yeah, I had never thought about this before, Toby, so lesson learned here from a dog owner.
Thanks, Sydney. Switching gears to weather now as we take a look at just about 10 minutes. All right, thanks, Riley. Every year, Augusta University releases a yearly report detailing security and fire safety. We now have our hands on data for 2022. In the report, data is compared to the last 2 years for context. For things like murder and manslaughter, there have been no cases all 3 years. There were also no rapes, robbery, or motor vehicle thefts last year. There were 7 domestic violence situations, but the university saw a drop in both dating violence and stalking cases. The report also says there have been no fire-related incidents in 3 years.
October is National Pedestrian Safety Month, and Georgia transportation officials are reminding you to be careful on the roads, whether you're crossing the street or walking in a parking lot. At one point or another, we are all pedestrians. Last year, an estimated 7,500 people were killed, the highest number since 1981. Crash data shows an overwhelming majority of these incidents happened during the night or low light hours. Data also shows the odds of surviving being hit by a car decrease past 30 miles an hour. October's campaign is a chance to remind everyone just to stay aware and to stay safe. This includes walking on sidewalks versus on the side of the road, looking at both ways at intersections, and only crossing the road when you are at a crosswalk.
Well, it's officially Children's Week in Augusta. Today, the kickoff was held at the Augusta Common, where organizations help provide resources for kids while allowing them to connect with the community. This year's theme is To Infinity and Beyond. Later this week, they will have more events like a teen resource fair and a Laugh for Literacy comedy show. We'll have a list of everything happening on our website, wrdw.com.
Looks like a lot of fun. Happening now, a group of dermatology residents at the Medical College of Georgia are opening a new clinic for underinsured patients. Your skin is the largest organ in your body, and a lot can go wrong with it. That's why these students are opening a clinic open every first Monday of the month from 5:30 to 8. Right now, they're at Centro Medico on Mary Street. Services include free annual body screenings, biopsies, spot concerns, and even prescriptions. For more information and how you can make an appointment, just go to our website and our WRDW app.
Well, it's a fight over justice. Governor Brian Kemp is leading a new push for tort reform next legislative session against what he calls frivolous lawsuits.
Reporter Abby Casores uncovers what this could mean if someone in your family gets hurt.
This is a section of the law dealing with civil suits like medical malpractice, car accidents, and contracts. Torts here in Georgia were last reformed more than 20 years ago.
Have you noticed your insurance getting more expensive? Or your business struggling to even get insurance? Maybe you're a property owner facing a frivolous lawsuit. If that's not you,
This is a
it could
portion
be.
of the new advertisement from Political Action Committee hardworking Georgians. Insurance Commissioner John King says Georgia has become a hunting ground for lawyers looking for large payouts.
I mean, you see all these commercials for all these lawyers on every highway in the state of Georgia. There's a reason why now they're targeting Georgia.
Georgia is one of a few states to allow direct action to go after insurance companies for a payout and phantom verdicts, seeking damages without calculating medical bills.
It hurts people who are injured. It hurts Georgians.
Attorney Frank Bayek represents families who have lost loved ones or may have been severely injured in accidents. He feels this push is from insurance companies looking to save money.
All of it is an effort to limit Georgians' access to court.
The Georgia Trial Lawyers Association put out a statement saying this is an attack on the judicial system. They plan on talking with lawmakers. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasouris.
The odds are stacked against him, but one Georgia man is fighting to bring awareness to blood cancers and the treatments they need. Just ahead, how a simple cheek swab could save someone's life. Riley?
And we just enjoyed a beautiful weekend. Looks like nice weather sticking around most days this work week. We'll have a look at those temperatures for you just after the break.
Time and temp. Brought
Cooler waking up this time next week.
Thanks, Riley. A Georgia man needs your help in his battle with cancer. When it comes to blood-based cancers, sometimes stem cell transplants are the only cure, but it can be extremely difficult to find somebody with a match.
Asha Wilson shows us how a nonprofit is getting involved to help this man and the countless others like him have hope.
I was very active. I worked out, CrossFit, which I absolutely loved.
34-year-old Zach Thompson has been active nearly his entire life.
I love to go kayaking, and I like to go hunting too.
But on August 30th, 2022,
None of that I can do anymore.
that lifestyle was stripped away because of a rare disease.
So I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, cutaneous T-cell lymphoma. So what that means is I have dry, itchy skin. I am diagnosed at a stage 4A2. So I have full skin involvement that's in my blood, and it's also in my lymph nodes.
He relocated to Houston, Texas to undergo chemo and other treatments.
I cannot tolerate heat, so I can't be outside.
The chronic cancer had stopped his ability to work.
Zach is one of 17,000 Americans diagnosed every year with a blood cancer or blood disease. So most of these patients are going to need a stem cell or a bone marrow transplant in order to survive.
I have been looking in a donor pool of 29 million people nationally, but it's very hard to get that perfect match.
It's the reason why an organization called DKMS held 3 blood stem cell registration drives on Sunday. 2 of those locations were churches he once attended.
It only took people minutes to swab the inside of their cheek and get on the registry to find out if they're Thompson's match.
Reagan Bell says once you find out if you're a match, there's 2 ways you can donate, either by stem cell or bone marrow.
I donated bone marrow personally in 2014 to a newborn baby girl. In July, she turned 9.
While Thompson says he doesn't know what the future holds,
How am I going to be affected by it physically? It's also very stressful.
he has faith that your help will give him a second chance.
You can save a life. Literally, you can.
According to the DHHS, nearly 20,000 Americans need bone marrow transplants from stem cell donors every single year.
If you're between the ages of 18 and 55 years old and you're in good health, you may be able to register as a blood stem cell donor. And who knows, you may be a match for Zach Thompson or somebody else that may be in need.
There are dozens of recipe apps in both app stores. Is one really any better than all the others? I think so. I'm Jamie Tucker. I'll show it to you coming up.
First start by Sid Cox Heating and Air. Friday night starting at 5:30 on News 12.
With tailgating parties upon us and the holidays just around the corner, you might be searching for recipes to try for your family and friends.
You'll find recipes from across the internet, but how can you organize all of them? Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker has found one app that does it all.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
You search for cooking or recipe apps in the app stores, you'll find dozens. They all do pretty much the same thing. Find recipes that tell you how to make it. But the thing is, cooks might stumble upon a recipe somewhere else, and later when they try to find it, they can't. This app, Samsung Food, hits the spot. It allows you to save recipes you find online in just one place. I searched for recipes for nachos in Google Chrome on my computer and found this one. Rather than bookmarking it or printing it out, I just click on the Samsung Food icon near the address bar. And that one click saves the recipe, the ingredients, and the steps in the Samsung Food app. If I find a recipe while browsing a website on my phone, I tap Share and choose Samsung Food to add it to my recipe book. You can even save recipes and videos from TikTok. My recipes are now organized and searchable by meal, dietary restrictions, and occasions. If it sounds familiar, it is the former Whisk app that was purchased by Samsung and given a new name. It is a free app for iPhones, Android devices, iPads, and a web browser. I'm Jamie Tucker, and Samsung Food is the app of the day.
The Samsung Food app also features chefs you can follow for their recipes and add your own so that other users can follow your family recipes.
And now I'm hungry. It's not very common to share the same big dreams with other people from across the world, but our former president Jimmy Carter's birthday was yesterday. There were 99 people who were honored with becoming United States citizens. The ceremony, held at the Carter Center, honored the former president on his 99th birthday. The now U.S. citizens say they can't describe how they feel because they are just that excited to be a part of the United States.
America is the most beautiful country in the world. I love this country. I love Georgia.
But it's just amazing how God works in mysterious ways that I am one of the candidates that has been selected for President Carter's 99th birthday.
These new citizens say they're excited to get out and get to work and plan to be honorable and active citizens. And they had to go through a lot to get citizenship. It's not an easy process.
It is not. It's a long, drawn-out process for them. Congratulations. Well, college sports went through a major shift over the last 2 years. The NCAA implemented NIL rules, which allows student athletes to profit off their name, image, and likeness.
Yeah, that is a long sentence. It basically means you post, you get paid. And now Georgia High Schools Association is allowing high school students to do the same.
Yeah, the GHSA passed some changes to its NIL guidelines this afternoon, and it was pretty overwhelming to pass with a 65-10 vote. Like all guidelines, it comes with its own set of rules. The GHSA says students cannot use any school branding in any form. That means no mascot, logos, or school names. If it has anything marked with the GHSA logo, it's gotta go. Schools cannot be used as a location in any NIL advertisements, posts, or events. It cannot be used as an incentive to enroll or remain enrolled at a specific school, and athletes must also alert their principal within 7 days of any new deal.
All right, thanks for that, Melissa. We did close out the month of September this weekend. Actually, it was close to 3 degrees below average. Now our sixth month in a row with below average temperatures. Now look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
It's Doug.
FlyOutBaby.com.
Take a look at this. The Riverbank Zoo sharing an update on their newest koala. 11-month-old Kira now weighs 8 pounds, and her keepers say she's growing fast and has a huge appetite.
She is so cute. She is completely weaned from her mom, Charlotte, and now eats eucalyptus. Her keepers say she's a little sassy when it comes to feeding time.
Yeah, if you're hungry, you're hungry.
I know, aren't we all? She was born in December at Riverbank. She is the 3rd generation of koalas born at the zoo since 2002.
Yeah, I'd have a pet koala.
How cute is she? Seriously.
Like walking around, having that thing like a backpack on you, absolutely. That'd be awesome. That's pretty cool.
She's adorable.
That big nose is just hilarious. Love it. Love the koalas. Always good stuff. And Riverbank Zoo, definitely a good place to check out. A very short drive up to Columbia, and definitely worth checking out. You You can see, what was the koala's name? Kira.
Kira.
Nice koala name. All right, we got a beautiful look over Clarksville Lake this afternoon. Blue skies for the most part, a little bit of some smoky haze thanks to Canadian wildfires, but temperature-wise, we are very seasonal, so right where we should be for the first week of October. Any plans this evening, you're good to go. If you are heading out soon, temps are still in the low to mid-80s for most spots across the region. 82 in Aiken, same thing in Thompson, 84 Louisville, Sandersville, you're at 81. These temperatures will be dropping into the 70s within the next couple of hours. Heading into tomorrow, we're looking at a relatively cool start. If you're going to be up early Tuesday, it may not be a bad idea to have a light jacket. Temps will be in the mid to upper 50s around sunrise. We'll see temps in the 70s by lunchtime, and then later tomorrow afternoon should be just as warm as today. Most likely low to mid 80s for most spots, going with a high of 84 officially in Augusta tomorrow. Here's our hour by hour. So clear skies the rest of tonight into tomorrow. Beautiful Tuesday on tap. We'll hang on to generally sunny skies. That northeast wind is not going to really change. That's going to stay steady between 5 to 10. Wednesday doesn't look much different. Maybe a degree or two warmer in the morning, but very pleasant afternoon temps in the 80s with generally lots of sunshine. A few more clouds will show up late into the week. Friday, we're going with mostly cloudy conditions, and some of those clouds will linger into Saturday, but we're bringing back the 40s by late this weekend.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. We'll have much more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.